Of you like me, but I love Car Share, and the final ever episode of Peter Kay's Car Share will be aired on the BBC next month. It's going to be on BBC One. But a lucky few got a special preview at a charity screening in Blackpool last night.
And our entertainment correspondent Colin Patterson was there in the audience. We'll speak to him in a moment. Afterwards, he asked the crowd what they thought of it.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. I was doubled up laughing at that.
Absolutely hilarious, had everything. It had romance, it had laughter, it had humour. It was fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
It was unbelievable. It achieved more than anybody's going to imagine. It was fantastic, trust me. I don't know when it's going to be shown, but you're all in for some surprises, that's for sure. Don't miss it. Peter Kay, the best.
What did you make of that?
We thought it was really good. Yeah, very good.
How much did you laugh?
Quite a bit, actually.
Did you cry?
I can't tell you that.
It was absolutely hysterical. There were lots of layers, lots of slapstick. It was emotional.
How much are you going to miss John and Kaylee?
Oh, so much. I love them. I'm really invested in them now.
You've invested?
Yeah, I feel invested in them. I love them. Yeah.
And how funny was the last episode?
It was amazing.
It was just on par with the rest of the series, really. It wasn't a disappointment.
No, it was amazing. And the music and everything was so funny. Like, it was really good.
Well, Colin joins us now. I can't believe you've seen it.
I'm not going to spoil it.
I know you're not, I know.
Remote controls. We don't need to do a football results scenario.
Yeah.
But I have seen it.
Did it live up to expectations?
It really did. The way the evening worked was there was a pre-recorded video message from Peter Kay at the start where he said people were going to see 2 new episodes in the evening. We got to see one that was called an unscripted episode. This started the evening, and he explained it was just half an hour of him and Shan Gibson, who plays Kaylee, riffing in the car, and it was all improvised, and I couldn't believe it was improvised. It was so funny. Things we learned from this, the fact that Kaylee has never seen a James Bond film. Peter Kay's character,
Wow.
John, almost crashed the car at that point. She was equally horrified when he revealed he hadn't seen Top Gun. So they showed this half hour, which went down very well. Then they showed the second last episode of the second series, which was on this time last year. Then there was an interval. Then they showed the final episode of the second series. And you'll remember this time last year, people were horrified when it ended, thinking, oh, it's left it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then they were even more horrified when Peter Kay said there would be no more episodes because he felt the format had gone as far as it could go. But then he relented and said there would be these 2 episodes, which people will get to see in May. And the final episode was then shown, and there was a lot of laughter. One scene almost as funny as the monkey in the car in
that
series
was
2, I would
honestly,
say.
even mentioning that, and it's one of the funniest scenes ever, the monkey in the car, isn't it? But it's done so well, hasn't it? On what is quite a simple idea, really.
In fact, it's probably worth explaining for people who don't know it or haven't seen it, what it's all about, how it works.
So it is Peter Kay and Shan Gibson in a car. They share the car to and from work every day, and it's pretty much their conversations to and from work as they listen to Freedom FM, the 1980s radio station. Wax, Bridge to My Heart, features heavily in the final episode. Good tune. But things I can tell you about the final episode, there is another musical fantasy scene. Remember, like the Buffalo Stance one that Shan did? Peter Kay gets a turn at doing that. And also, before the start of the final episode, a subtitle came up at the Opera House in Blackpool. It just said, "The next day." The whole of this episode takes place the day after the end of Series 2.
Right, OK, so it might actually work to tie up a few of those loose ends. How did people feel then, kind of leaving it all? Was there a sort of sense of being bereft?
Well, as you saw there, these are characters that people have really invested in, the characters they loved. They wanted to see an ending that satisfied them. Most of the people I spoke to seemed pretty satisfied with how it ended. But the fact that it all has to be done in a 1-day period is interesting.
Yeah, and it's actually quite an interesting time that this is all happening as well, isn't it? Because this is, of course, when Peter Kay's tour would have started.
It would have started, yes. His stand-up tour, which was going to be 113 arena dates. More than 1 million people in Britain had bought tickets to see Peter Kay's stand-up tour. It was going to start in Birmingham this month and go right the way through to next year. But as everyone knows, in December it was cancelled. The only statement Peter Kay has given about that is that it was for family reasons. But people will get their fix of Peter Kay next month with these 2 episodes, the improvised one and the very final one.
All I want to know is if John and Kaylee get together, but I know you can't tell us.
Do you want to know if the monkey comes back? No.
Oh, I've got the monkey as a screensaver on my phone, actually. There we are. Colin, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Lovely to see you.
Right.